Right on the camera. In the upper right, losing in a somewhat embarrassing situation in game number 1, we have our Protoss player, his ideas.
InCa.
And in the bottom left starting location, very dominating play, really outclassing his opponent. I'm curious to see how he will do this time around. His ideas.
SKMC.
No vowels in that name.
No, man.
Try to pronounce that. It's like a Croatian word.
I saw that.
I love to say that because, like, if you look at the Croatian language, it looks like there's like so few vowels. But the thing is, there's like consonants that actually act as vowels. Apparently, they've all told me like 1,000 times because I make that joke way too much.
It's like when I say that people who speak Swedish, it sounds like they're speaking Klingon.
Isn't that the national language of Sweden?
I think it is. I believe it's Klingon.
Yeah, man. They very fancy masks they wear to hide the ridge on their faces.
I know. Everybody that we meet from Sweden is good looking, by the way. What's the deal with that?
I know.
It's a little weird.
It's the masks.
The Klingons are too smart.
Dude, they're smart, man.
Disguising themselves as attractive.
But you know what? A Klingon is like hot next to a Bajoran, man. I hate Bajorans. I don't care what anyone says, man. Some people are like, oh, you know, I don't know. Bajorans are pretty good. No, you guys are wrong. Ferengis, though, that's where it's really at. Am I right? Give me some love on Twitter. I'm Artosies. Call me Tasis. Let us know.
I've always been really into Kerrigan, actually. I mean,
older Ferengi chicks, man.
Yeah, man. I've always been into Kerrigan. I'm really turned on by her wings.
Oh boy. Yeah, man, wings are pretty awesome.
They're pretty hot. She's got a nice body too, but I mean those wings, man.
Don't you love it when a girl hugs you, not just with her arms, but also with her wings?
She wraps her wings around me.
Yeah,
I feel safe.
That's right. The wind blows, but you don't feel it.
Bat wings with the sharp little points on them.
She can protect you, man. Take care of my tasteless.
If we ever hook up, we gotta put corks on her little spikes so don't get hurt. All right.
Okay, so back to the game. They're just
who's playing this?
Right now. They're basically
InCa against
who's playing. Oh God,
right,
they're basically doing the same thing so far, but it looks like MC and InCa both going to go for the 3-gate. Not surprised to see that here. It's a good map for it. We're going to have that 3-gate pressure, and you know, one of the reasons for this is, well, you got to show some aggression, and we'll see what they want to tech into after this, whether it's going to be Robo or Twilight, but likely not an expansion because that natural is a bit too open. If you try to expand in this matchup, you need force fields to do a lot for you, and that's just not something that's going to occur on dual site so easily. So you need to get a pretty sizable lead or have a really good read on exactly what your opponent's doing if you want to do that. And look at this. We're going to see if MC can actually get a little bit of aggression on it.
Oh, no. I think he could have microed himself to a bad situation. The pylon is warped in and up here.
InCa trying to target this down. He does go right up the ramp, though, instead. He freezes Zell on the wrong side by accident. That's unfortunate. MC in a pretty good spot right now. This is going to force a lot of sentries out of InCa, which MC is going to be happy with. He's like, hey, all right, you're going to have a lot of sentries, but you're going to have to use a lot of force fields, and this is not a good map to actually expand on with sentries. It's a much harder map to actually hold. So these sentries are not actually something that's going to be overly useful. So how is InCa going to transition now that he has all these sentries? And in fact, we're going to see him go into Robo. I like the choice. At the same time, MC says, hey, I didn't make sentries. I made a lot of stalkers, so I'm going to go right into Blink. And in fact, he's going to get observers as well, which a perfect choice by MC. This was actually, what great play by MC. That one pylon changed everything. That one pylon in slightly better micro, slightly better positioning when he was running up there. And now InCa's sitting around with a lot of sentries, having to play the defense and tech into a Robo.
Yeah, and I mean,
I'm loving it.
Oh! No!
And that was really, really nice.
Nice work by InCa.
Seriously, he just got a lot of... That was actually a little bit greedy for MC. He knew already that there were a lot of sentries out. So he knew that he could actually get trapped. So I'm actually... This happens to MC. This is actually why he's not like the #1 of all time, greatest player for all time ever, wins everything. Because he gets ahead... And then sometimes he just doesn't pull back at quite the right time, and things like this happen to him. It happened to him earlier against Virus as well on the same map, where he was just stayed a little bit too long, got overcommitted just a little bit.
All right, we got counterattack here though by MC. This is smart. This is really smart. He's going to go get some probes and get some scouting too.
Yeah,
so he knows exactly what's going on. He can prepare accordingly. Yep. Nice.
We'll kill a few probes here, but really, InCa should be able to save his probes for the most part. His units did come up pretty quick, but actually losing like a lot of probes for some reason. Okay, so ends up losing 5 probes.
All right.
Blink almost done for MC.
You know, I got to say, InCa does now have somewhat of a chance. I think
he wasn't like out of it before. MC just got a nice little lead, but the sentries ended up paying off. Killing that many things, absolutely, that's great. But actually, this could be a little bit rough. If MC didn't lose any stalkers, this would be like a suicidal move. But as is, with that lower stalker count, he may be able to hold. But MC's Observer coming. If he loses the Observer, he's in a lot of trouble. But he's going to kill the Observer.
Nice.
Make a big move right there because he has to use the Robo. Good force fields, knows exactly what's going on, but that Observer's out, and this is a great map for Blink Observer so that you can blink into the main. It's going to be hard for InCa to actually cover everything here.
Yeah, the beauty of this strategy, because I want to kind of emphasize what you're talking about, Artosis, is the fact that you can blink into the main, kill some stuff, then blink out.
Yeah, and actually MC's not, I feel like he's not being aggressive enough, and the thing is he is at home taking care of this little pylon and expanding, but yeah, he needs to be doing things exactly like this. You go up here, you tech this, you force him down the ramp, then you blink up. And look at that beautiful move by MC, tricking him.
There you go.
He comes down, and MC's in the main base, dealing some damage, just anything he can get done. Great play by MC there. But this is actually something he needs to be doing basically non-stop right now because the expansion of InCa is quick.
Oh, the Observer!
Oh,
and that's when it ends.
What a smart move by InCa. You know, you get scared because if he's going to go non-stop blink stalkers, then you have to make Immortals and or Colossus out of your Robo. Instead, he says, all right, MC's expanding. I'm going to get that Observer that I lost so that I can eventually pick off his Observer and thus stop any blink-in harassment.
All right, he did get that 1 sentry. Very nice. Granted, InCa has a lot of sentries, so I think he's still going to be in good shape there.
Yeah, he's InCa's actually in very good shape. So is MC, though. Everything is actually going well for everyone.
When I get this position that MC's in, hypothetically, let's say that the Observer stays there. I actually just get 2 Robos and only make Colossus. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, if you go 2 Robos immediately, and the 1 Robo user going Colossus, non-stop macros out of his gateways and out of his Robo, there will be a timing where he can just walk in and kill you.
Yeah, but sometimes if I do it just right with the blink in, blink out micro.
Oh yeah, if you can non-stop
like
harass
8 Colossi,
as well.
And it's awesome.
Yeah, no, getting 2 Robos as quickly as possible and getting away with it is huge. Absolutely. It's just, you do have to be careful about that because gateway units do still beat Colossi if you have like a whole ton of them.
Yeah.
And your opponent's like, because it costs so much to start up 2 Robo Colossi. So, you know, MC is going to be like, maybe just, let's see the Colossus count actually before I say something. Okay, actually InCa is like not making additional Colossi. He's just going into the blink tech. So it looks like he wants to maybe hit like a little timing here because he has a lot of gateway units, a lot of stalkers. But MC is about to have his second one and Thermal Lance. If those are out before this commences, which it looks like it should be, that's going to be great.
The Zealots under the Colossi make it really dangerous to blink into them.
Oh yeah, you cannot blink into this, absolutely. Now, the second Colossi is out, and here comes Thermal Lance. He's just backing up, trying to buy time, and here we go. Can MC hold here? A good Guardian Shield. He needs to move that sentry forward just slightly. And InCa doing some good blink micro, but that is a lot of Zealots incoming. And meanwhile, MC with his Thermal Lance and double Colossus.
Oh, he's turning down the Immortal right now. Yeah, very smart move.
A very good choice indeed. But InCa with a lot of gateway units doing a great job here. It is so expensive to get those Colossi out. Good micro by MC, though. And it looks like MC will, in fact, hold a very close game. But MC is going to have a third Colossus very soon here. And as that Colossus count goes up and up and up, InCa's going to have a much harder time using a gateway-based army to actually fight MC off.
Yeah, there's this point in time where you just get enough Colossi. If your opponent doesn't have them or have enough of them, everything just melts.
Yeah, absolutely. That is indeed true. Now, InCa is starting his Colossi production up again, but he's going to be down 2 Colossi nonstop if they both make it nonstop out of their 1 Robo. So that's something to keep in mind. The supply is still very similar. More gateway units for InCa, of course. And now we're going to have to see who wants to take their 3rd base first, or is someone just going to try to hit a timing. They are both adding 2 gates, so that points towards them maybe doing some 2-base timings against each other. Of course, those should favor MC with this huge Colossus count, because, I mean, 1 Colossus is scary, 2 is more scary. At 3 and above, it becomes a slaughter.
Yeah, everything
that's
just
like
melts.
actually the number where you're like, oh my god.
Well, that's where the part where the zealots just disappear.
Yeah, they evaporate.
They they don't even get to be part of the action.
Yeah,
They're like, let's do this for IR, and then they just get vaporized.
Yeah, it's like, well, see you guys later as Immortals, and then by the time they're out as Immortals, you have like 7 Colossus, and then you kill Immortals too.
Yeah, man.
Those poor zealots can't catch a break, dude.
Okay.
MC is just playing brilliantly, man. Right now he's getting his charge upgrade as well. And that's something you're generally... This is like the current trend of Korean PvP. When it gets to this stage, you're going to end up spending all of your gas on Archons and Colossi, and then everything else on charge lots, and then you just do this huge spread attack. It's brutal, because the Zealots just all kind of attack everywhere because there's a ton of stuff. They eat a lot of hits. They do a lot of damage.
Right.
And then what you have as well is... As those die, the Archons tank a huge amount with their 360 hit points total. And then, of course, the Colossi, you just kind of micro them around. So MC is playing basically perfectly right here. He's just doing everything right. He has more Colossi, he has his charge finishing up, and he's starting Archon production. So right now, I'm feeling a little bit scared for InCa, but Tasteless, he does have that 2nd Robo. So he's trying to catch up on that area. But at the same time, double Forge.
I'm just surprised that he cut Colossus production at all.
Yeah, he wanted to hit that timing, which if MC had gone for that double Robo Colossus like you were mentioning before, then the timing that InCa did would have killed him.
Yeah.
But with the single, he was able to hold it, but it was still a little bit tough. Now this is just getting so interesting. InCa is playing incredibly intelligent because he is going for double Robo Colossi, which is a little bit scary. MC's timing here is going to be deadly as hell.
What are the upgrades for MC? Does he have a Forge?
MC's not going Forge. He's not getting any sort of upgrades. He's just
basically MC's going to do a counter timing.
Yes.
InCa's actually invested into a standard game.
Yes. Well, InCa's investing into a if I defend this attack, I win game. Because with the double Robo and with him taking his 3rd base in a very defensive stance, if he can hold off the attack of MC, then he's going to basically win.
MC will end up hitting right when InCa's 1-1 attack an armor upgrade finish. So
yeah.
Oh man, this is very
InCa has to be in perfect position. He's actually out of position with some of his units now. He has to be so careful here.
Watch the spread.
This has to be perfect position for InCa. MC's army is like so scary. Right now, 7 Colossus to 7 Colossus. Both of them have them clumped up right this second. We're going to have to see some insanely quick Colossus splitting. You do not want the Colossus taking splash. You want them all firing the entire time.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh! InCa out of position here. The Zealots start to hit his Colossus, and he is wasting time walking backwards instead of attacking nonstop.
He is melting all the Zealots down here. Now what he needs to do is get a good arc here from the bottom. Look at that perfectly executed attack. Oh my God, MC did it again.
Rushing through Tasteless. InCa with a very smart strat, but as was said before, he needed a perfect position to actually go for this defensive double Robo Colossus. He did not have that position. MC struck as soon as he noticed that, and will roll through InCa here. InCa a little bit too greedy with the double Forge, the additional base, and the slower Colossus count.
That's GG.
That's his GG.
That's all there is to it. I mean, MC This is, the sign of a very good player is when, you have this giant army, and what you do is, although your opponent has a very big, scary army, you can spread out your units in such a way that despite it being fairly even, you come out completely on top. That's what we saw there.
It's his Colossus were forward. He did not have his units set up at all
And
how he needed
MC
it.
won that with 0-0 upgrades.
Yes,
InCa had 1-1.
The plus attack upgrades, huge. The plus defense, not as huge as the Colossus count grows because of all the splash damage. It just becomes kind of silly, like, oh yeah, show me how the map changes this. It's a little bit funny. I didn't like the double forge. I thought that I think one forge would have been a better choice. Also, he needed to be in a completely and utterly defensive stance as if he's about to die in all. It's like just those maps where you like defend the Nexus or whatever. You just, when you're doing the double Colossus against someone that's actually going Archon Zealot Colossus off of 2 base, you just set yourself up like it is the end of the world, and all you have to do is live for like 2 minutes, because that's actually it.
Yeah,
because suddenly
you have to
you're
win
going to
this
have
one battle.
You'll be up at like 11 Colossus against 7, and then you just start filling with gateway units while you're making Colossus, and then your army's just going to win. But he was like so out of position. It was actually like really sad to see, because it was like gearing up to this really cool
you could see
battle that we should have
MC's
seen.
Colossus or Colossi, they got to pick the fight with the Zealots. The Colossi,
not just that,
Inca,
they were attacking the whole time.
The Incas were hitting like
Zealots
a group of
charged up
5
into Incas.
stalkers.
Yeah.
And actually the stalkers really don't matter in that moment. If once all the Zealots are gone, then your Zealots move in. Your Zealots end up absorbing most of the Colossi hits, and then you get to micro forward. Really great game. We're going to go on a 5-minute break, and when we get back, we're going to see who's going to move on, MC or an ST.